I smoked more weed, ate more bad pizza and ice cream, and suppressed my feelings when I had the most amount of money in my life than when I had very little. It's my belief that when an entrepreneur achieves a level of success, and a level of success is generally, they don't have to think about where the next dollar is going to come from. Kind of got two options. You either go and you reinvent what success means to you, which generally is a fairly depressing path, or you find a path of going inward. Right? You can call it personal development, spirituality. I've seen enough entrepreneurs, I've mentored hundreds past multiple seven figures, and almost every single one gets the option. And what I found is the person that goes the more material route, which is, I did, it's the more, right? It's the ego of more. Well, I did $1 million last year. I want to do 2 million now. And then you get to 2 million. Well, I want to do 4 million now. They get one supercar. I had a client of mine and they bought a $900,000 Lamborghini. And I talked to them about 3 weeks later and I was like, how's it doing? Well, now I want to get a McLaren. There's never enough. There's a hole that can't be filled by physical things. It can only be filled by going inward. Now, that happened to me too. Back in 2017, I had more than enough money to take care of everything. Every single night I was high. Every single night I was eating pizza. Every single night I was eating Ben and Jerry's. And the first thing I'd do in the morning was take a vape. I was so sad. And I was sad because I was like, well, there's nothing more than this. At that moment, I could have done one of two things. I could have said, okay, well, let me just invent the next goal and thing to will my way to. Let me find the next car, the next cool place. Or I could say, you know what, I'm going to find and figure out what's, at that time in my life, I said, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with me. I simply needed to go inward. And so when you find yourself wanting more, right, so you get one goal and then you create a new goal, and even society tells you to do this. Well, you gotta get a new goal. Once you get one goal, you get the next goal. Ask yourself the question, is that gonna make me any happier? Because more than likely, you're living a life right now that at one point was on your vision board. And the more you just vision your life away, I found at least, the less happiness there is, the less fulfillment. Now, of course, there's an enjoyment of being able to go up the mountain and find what you want and get what you want. But if all you're doing is just creating new goals, most of the time, we're just avoiding the truth of going within because that's a very painful place. It's a very hard place. It's not sexy. The world, make more money, you're more cool. More PR, you're more cool. More businesses, you're more cool. Life reinforces exterior development. But if you look in the mirror and you don't know yourself, if you look in the mirror, you don't love yourself. You look in the mirror, you don't trust yourself. You look in the mirror and you are continually trying to get significance from and validation externally. It's very difficult to be happy with what you have. And to be as happy as you are when you have 10 million in the bank, as if you had none in the bank, be as happy as you are no matter who loves you, I think that is maybe the closer version of success. And the beauty is that financial success gives you the time and space to do that work. There's always the famous line that money doesn't make you happy. It doesn't. But it gives you the time and space to become the person who can be happy.